Welcome back, everyone. Happening today, the House Ways and Means Committee will hold a field hearing in Southern California. The goal, to better understand how the One Big Beautiful Bill Act is what the administration believes is the investment of a generation when it comes to American manufacturing. Within it, an extension of the 2017 Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, while increasing spending for border security, defense, and energy production. One of those being asked to testify is Jay Timmons. He is the CEO with the National Association of Manufacturing, and he's joining us now. Jim, good morning.
Good morning. How are you, Hannah?
I'm great, Jay. Thank you so much. So let's start with this hearing. What will you tell the committee when they ask you how this multi-trillion-dollar bill will impact American manufacturing over the next few years?
Yeah, well, the first thing I'm going to say is thank you, because this is, as you noted, this is a once-in-a-generation piece of tax legislation that will encourage investment in manufacturing. It will encourage hiring of manufacturing workers. It will spur wage growth in the manufacturing sector. So we're very excited about this. We share the president's objective of growing manufacturing productivity and output here in the United States. You have to have the right policies in place. Tax policy is really key to that.
The bill will have several tax implications on the working class, from the changing deductions on tips, overtime to child tax credits. What stands out to you for millions of hard workers out there, Jay?
Well, look, I'm focused on the investment incentives, Hannah, to be perfectly blunt about it. All those other provisions, I think, are very nice to do. But for the long-term prosperity and economic vitality of this country, we have to put in place the right policies that will encourage that investment. So you mentioned the preservation of the 21% tax rate for corporations that was adopted in 2017. There was also a preservation of the pass-through deduction for small and medium-sized businesses so that they too can thrive and benefit from this tax policy. There was a provision that enhanced the estate tax provisions, which allows individuals who own their own businesses to pass them on from generation to generation. There were incentives for investment, and there was the interest deductibility, research and development tax credit. All of those were key to making sure that manufacturing can grow and prosper here in this country. And what does that mean? That means that we have more people who are working in this country. We have more people paying taxes. It increases the tax base, and then allows us to use more dollars from the Treasury for deficit reduction or for social safety net programs or for defense spending. All of that is really important to the future of this country.
I want to bring up some numbers from the Congressional Budget Office. Cuts to Medicaid and SNAP benefits show nearly 12 million Americans could become uninsured by 2034. How concerned are you, Jay, that the working class will not have enough protections? And what is your message to workers that really do depend on these federal and state benefits?
Well, my number one objective representing manufacturers in the United States is to make sure that we have the economic conditions that can provide jobs for people who want to be a part of the American workforce. There is no better job than a manufacturing job. The manufacturers pay on average more than any other job in any sector of the economy. And if we grow manufacturing here in the United States, we provide economic opportunity for so many more people. For every job created in manufacturing, Hannah, there's another 4 to 5 jobs created in other sectors. For every dollar that's invested in manufacturing, another $1.85 in spin-off activity occurs. So this truly is a manufacturing law, but I would argue that this law is really good for those who want to experience the dignity of work and who want to participate in the American workforce.
Jay, I'm curious, could you see down the line manufacturing companies possibly picking up the medical costs that federal programs once provided?
Well, we certainly do for our workers. I think it's 98% of manufacturers provide pretty much Cadillac healthcare benefits for their employees and their families. So we're very proud of that statistic in the manufacturing sector because we believe it's the right thing to do. I'll tell you something else that I think is the right thing to do. If manufacturers have been given an incredible opportunity with this tax law. We called it once in a generation. I think this is once in the lifetime of the country that we've seen something that is this competition focused, allowing us to attract investment to our shores. So Chairman Jason Smith, I'll be testifying before his committee today, at the Reagan Library, by the way, in Southern California. He understands that when you create the economic conditions, then businesses, and specifically manufacturers in our case, can help provide opportunities to folks all across this country in communities, and also help to strengthen the vitality of those communities through their investments in those communities. So we're pretty excited about the ability to do that, and we've been given the tools to do that, and I can assure you that manufacturers will live up to that promise.
Jay, I'm running out of time, but I want to ask you about AI, because the president wants to see this nation lead with artificial intelligence. You have said in the past, manufacturers have been leading the charge to shape AI policy that accelerates innovation while ensuring appropriate guardrails, end quote. What do you want to see passed on the AI bill that will ensure manufacturing growth and at the same time that jobs are being protected?
Well, one thing that I think is extraordinarily important is a preemption of state laws and regulations regarding AI. You can't have a patchwork of regulation or laws that impede the progress of the development of AI. And when we talk about AI in manufacturing, what we're talking about is we're talking about an additive technology that helps those who are on the line in manufacturing produce more products for American consumers, as well as the 95% of consumers and customers who live outside of the borders of the United States, makes them more profitable, more competitive, provides more output. So AI, like other technologies throughout our history, is giving us, I believe, an advantage in the United States. We want to beat China in the race for this technology, because we believe that it's going to be important for not only our economic security, but also our national security here as well.
Jay Timmons, I appreciate you making time for us this morning, sir. Thank you again.
Good to be here.